championship. It's a first down.
And the Dolphins first down.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Chargers' 41-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Here's Wilson to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. Way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down.
Yes.
On 3rd down, a run from Breida. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 37-yard line.
Cindy, what's your gamer tag?
Sid the Kid 18.
Any special capital letters?
Don't think so. That I know of.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
Throwing now is Mahomes. This will be caught by Brown. 2nd catch of this AFC title game, but he's got a 1st down. 2 plays, 2 catches. You have a feeling they're going to look for him early.
Oh, I beat you in
fantasy. To be
fantasy.
expected. You got a player of his caliber. Why not?
And I think it's also a message from them to the defense that you're not going to dictate to us what we're going to do with one of our better players, because so often you hear about defenses saying we're going to take away what you do best. In this case, they're going to move him around, find proper matchups, and make sure they continue to funnel the ball to him.
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 25.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
City, just sit underscore the kid, underscore kid.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Wilson. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it?
See, you watch Stranger
This is
Things?
what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball,
It's been a while.
this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
This
What's
is great.
really difficult to
This is
try and
great,
defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact.
Way,
He'll
bro.
go deep.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
36 power.
We're scoreless after one. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Damn, I won't watch your game. Awesome.
Mike 56. Mike's 56. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense.
Check.
Oh.
Again, Wilson. Being chased out left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
AJ Penzo's a dog, man. Is he X Factor yet?
Yeah, that's not.
He's a dog.
14.
Mike 56.
There's Tyrone Wood or Russell Wilson along.
To throw is Wilson. It's complete. James White. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked.
What?
He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just
I
brings
swear
up
I be
4th
getting
down.
unlucky with the picks, but he be getting all the tip picks.
If he was on my
And
team,
the
he would have
10-year
caught it.
vet knocks it through the goalpost.
Like he literally
And the
got a tip
Dolphins will
pick
jump out to a
just before the drive
3-0
started
lead.
to get
Been a
his
bit of a
position.
dogfight thus far into the
And then I
second
kinda get
quarter
one
now,
out.
and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard,
weird.
about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who can gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could
Secondary
cost you a
have
game
no catch,
or
no
win you one.
picks. That's one of the problems.
Good starting
Jackson,
field
you got
position
picks.
for them here as they
Yeah,
come
so-
up 1st and
Needs
10
Christian.
at the 40.
I punished Christian.
You did for? Oh yeah. It was like 40 something.
Now a give, right side. Swift.
Yeah, Joe Burrow
Oh,
had
through
reception.
that one 28 yards on the ground.
Oh, but I forget you have
They
a
had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
Check.
They go play action here on 1st down. Steps away. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were
Right,
feeling pretty
Patrick
good
Mahomes
about it.
can throw
The only
no
people
bad
celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Ringo. Titans on
Now a give, right side. Swift. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing.
So you like DeAndre Swift?
And leaves creases like they were able to exploit
I like him. I don't love him, but I like him. You know.
What's tight? Tight ends right. What's tight? Tight ends right. You got three.
Now on 2nd and 13, Mahomes. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit. But
like
only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
I just swear.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
This strong close formation is 3rd and 13.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The kick by Maher is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. Oh, now Breida loses it. And picked up by the Chargers. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them pass it, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run.
City going to the Super Bowl. Stop playing with them.
That all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. His throw caught right around the 6. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him at 1st and goal.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Yellow. 2 times. Hey. You got 3 minutes.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at him with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop him.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Chargers have taken the lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. A minute 55 left to go in the first half of play.
Let's go.
Oh, City.
A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. In a bit, the coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. The end result, 21 yards.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Going deep for Diggs, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. Going to throw again. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner, and with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
Come on,
55. Hey, eat. Man out.
Go.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Let's go.
The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for first and goal.
Get out the 14, find it. Whip. Watch the whip. Shit. Check hot route. Hot.
Out of the shotgun, Breida. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though.
Let's go, B. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Mike 55. Check. There's some coverage on Rush in. Check 31. Kill.
They'll try to run with Breida. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Matt Breida, as the first half is winding down, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you got a brand-new ball game. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, one more half set to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship.
Baby, let's go. Let's go.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
So, yeah, you need to focus, man.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football.
You don't have to play that.
Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
Really trying to play some inspired.
Who's your best receiver?
Marquise Brown.
Now on second and 16. Mahomes.
But your offenses are expired.
Quick throw here, that's complete. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? I don't like any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
What's his ability?
Catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Posts and in and out, I think.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. But it appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work.
You think you should take Lamar Jackson?
On the sidelines, go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
Nice job.
Just so it could have some sort of, like, dynamic effect on offense, you know?
Yeah, you should have, because you don't really do much. You don't really do well throwing the ball. Sometimes. So can you turn your mic off?
Is it turned off?
Not like the mic in your broadcast, because I can hear myself.
Oh, how do I do that?
Now we're back 14 on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut him down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the shotgun, Wilson getting this into the hands of Turner. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now it's Wilson. Flush to his right. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. That catch puts him right at 100 yards receiving now, and it also gives him a first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Fletcher Cox able to get in there and drop him behind the line. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. Breida, he'll try the right side. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd. From the 3 now, here they come on 3rd and goal. They run again with Breida, and he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Matt Breida, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Russell Wilson now will bring his guys up to go for 2.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
From the gun, Wilson, and he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
They're just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
You hear me?
Yeah, okay. Don't give me your reaction.
Here's Mahomes. Left side, it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
What offense are you running?
It's a little bit of Oakland, but I still have some of Raven stuff back when because I had like Lamar, so back when I had Lamar, but I don't really use the Raven part.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout.
See, why do you wait this
and
long?
that's going to leave him
To
with
take
just
a play?
one timeout
You have
remaining
to
still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He's got his tight end, Anthony Ferguson. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped-up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Mahomes now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Steps away to his left. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. One quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes got a man. It's Brown.
A gain of 12 brings up 3rd and less than a yard.
Yellow. Hero 15.
Check 26, check 26.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. And it's complete to Kelsey. Tally that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a 1st down. And a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Single. You just watch 88 over there. Just watch 88.
Mahomes now on 1st down.
The
Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
I ran right into the pressure.
And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points.
Damn, so you're kind of screwed, man, because you wasted all your damn time out.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Mahomes to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Escaping the pressure right.
Oh, fuck.
This will be caught at about the 6. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Mahomes going to go on 4th down.
No fucking way. No way.
Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. Serious? And that will force a turnover on downs.
Oh, sorry.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. There are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Crazy to me.
A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Wilson. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he'll go out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. On first down, Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Switch. 6 guys.
Running out of the gun here, Breida. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
14, got it. Reload.
And the blitz does come. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Give the sack to Jerome Baker.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
You got 3 down. Hey, go going. 31's the mic. Crunch time, defense.
To throw is Mahomes. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Mahomes in the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that may put a period on this AFC Championship game. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, zero.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. This one caught by Ridley.
No.
And he'll go out of bounds.
That's not a catch. Is that a catch? What?
Inside the 15-yard line.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
I did not think that was a catch. But I hate to see it.
Hey, let's get them holes.
Here's Wilson. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
56, the lock, boy, 56.
Now Wilson. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist. This will be caught.
Right there.
Taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. First, oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. This complete to the tight end Clay. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
That was just...
Charles, let's focus for a second on the losing side. In a couple months, they may look back and say, wow, it was a great season. But right now, I guarantee they're feeling no sugarcoating on this one.
And you can already see the T-shirts at training camp next year, can't you? Unfinished business. Because they've got to find a way to motivate these guys to go through all the same pain, right? All the same tough stuff, and find their way back and give themselves a chance to win this game again next year.
And that'll close the books on the conference championship. For Charles Davis, myself, Brandon Gaudin, and our entire crew, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks from the Super Bowl.
Chills, my Jordan coat